Good morning, everybody. This is Lori Wilson with you on Community Voice. Happy Thursday. It's the last day of March. I can't believe it. Where is my life going? Well, I'm happy that I'm spending the next half hour of my life here in the broadcast bungalow with Tim Martin, who is the CEO of Carroll EMC. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
It's so nice to see you. I have a million questions for you, but we'll probably get to maybe 5. But I live in, well, you guys provide service, electricity to my domicile. So I have a lot of questions for you.
Okay, great.
But I want to thank you so much for being here. What does EMC stand for?
Well, it stands for a number of things. It stands for, we're incorporated as Electric Membership Corporation. But we go by EMC for Electric Membership Cooperative. We're a cooperative, which means we're not-for-profit. We're owned by those we serve, and we call those folks our members, and I'm glad to hear that you're one of our members, hopefully a happy member.
I am a happy member. You know, we lost power in my neighborhood about, I can't remember, I think it was 3 weeks ago, and it was a big lightning storm. I'm interested to know what happened in that hour between the time all the lights blew
Absolutely.
and the time when you guys got them back on.
Okay.
What happens?
We have a lot of technology that's involved, so we have the ability to actually communicate with our meters in the field and say, are you on or are you off? Usually we're made aware of an outage by someone reporting an outage. We have a number of ways that you can do that. You can report it via phone. You can report it via the web, and we've got something that I really want to make sure everybody knows about. We've got an app that we call Outage Pal.
Oh, wow.
And
Outage Pal.
Outage Pal. And
Okay.
it is a really cool app because not only can you report an outage, but it'll also let you know, give you information. It'll give you your estimated restoral time. It will give you updates. It will say that you report your outage and you go out to eat, and then you want to know, how things are going. Well, it'll let you know, say your power has been restored. And
that's crazy.
It is. It's really awesome, and you can access it if you have a smartphone or an iPad, something like that. You can just go to the Apple Store, the Google Store, and download that.
So the search terms would be Carroll EMC Outage Pal.
Carroll EMC. If you do that, we've got 2 apps. We've got a mobile app. The mobile app is for our members. It's primarily used for payments, but you can also look at your usage. So if you want to see what your daily usage of kilowatt hours is, you can use that app. Or you can if you click on the day, you can actually see your hourly usage. And so a lot of people use that. Say they want to try to use less electricity, or they want to see, maybe they've installed a new HVAC unit, and they want to see, well, what kind of impact does that have? Well, you can actually see that on this mobile app. So we've got these 2 apps that a lot of people don't know about.
We hear your ads on this fine station,
yes.
and many of the Gradic stations,
yes.
about the payment app.
Yes, but a lot of people don't know about the Outage Pal app.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people go to the web and monitor the outages because you can see a map of our whole system. We serve 6 counties. And
can you name them all in one breath?
I think I can. Yeah, so we serve Polk, Paulding, Carroll, Harrelson, Hurd, and Troop. And we have 1 member in Floyd County. So
how does that work, 1 member?
It's a customer choice load. And so it's a large industrial customer, Ball Corporation in Floyd. Send a shout out to them. We love all of our members. So but yeah, so we have the ability. You can look and you can see green is good. So when you look at that map, if you see green on it, it shows the power lines, and green means everything's on. If you see yellow, that means that we think there's an outage. Red means it's a confirmed outage. So you can monitor really for our whole system. A lot of people do that. A lot of media does that. But I really want everybody to know about this Outage Pal because it's such a great tool. Where you can monitor, and say that you want to monitor your mother's house. You want to know if she's out. Well, you can actually set it up so you can monitor her, and it will notify you if her power's out. So there's a lot of cool things.
That is really cool. Outage Pal. That's
Outage
great.
Pal. And if you go back to your earlier question, so we kind of diverted a little bit, but
that never happens on this show ever.
Yeah. So, what happens is we have a 24/7 dispatch center, our control center, and they're able to monitor all the outages on the system. We have a something we call SCADA, which monitors all of our substations, and so they find out there's an outage, and then they call the lineman on call, and they go out and restore the outage. And we have very good response time. We've got wonderful employees. Our linemen are just doing an amazing job. But we also have some equipment that we've been installing for the past few years. We call DA. It stands for Distribution Automation, but it allows us with the technology to change the way that the outage is being fed, so that if, say that we have a circuit of 1,000 members that are affected by an outage, we can now, in a lot of areas, we can divide that circuit in half and feed that circuit from another direction.
I think my brain just glazed over.
I know. I'm sorry. Too much information.
No, that's okay. It's okay. It's just magic.
I'm just so excited.
Well, let's talk about linemen.
Sure.
That's kind of, isn't that dangerous?
It is.
A lot of times?
It's a hazardous job. We have a lot of rules that they follow, and if they follow those rules, which we do, then they're protected. But not only is it the hazard of working on energized lines, which they do every day, but it's also some of the other things that we have to deal with is working beside the road.
Yeah.
And people not being distracted, and so that's a big concern for us. And
how long does it take to train to be a lineman? Is that a degree? I mean, do you have to go to technical college or?
That's a good question. We have a apprentice program,
Okay.
and so someone that's hired, say, as a groundman, there's a 4-year apprentice program that they go through, and then we send them to school and they get trained. They get on-the-job training, and then after that, after 5 years, they become a lineman, and then if they do some more training, because there's a lot of education. We believe in lifelong learning for all of our employees, but lineman is not something you learn overnight. It's something that takes years to
Anything
get
I've
proficient at.
ever known about linemen, I learned from Glenn Campbell. So this is a great education for
okay,
all
the
of
song.
us. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I can't get it out of my head now.
Yes.
So what does it entail, and is it dangerous?
The line work is hazardous,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you, safety is our number one priority. We just have an amazing safety culture. I've got to brag a little
Good.
bit on our folks, but this year we expect to hit 2 million hours without a lost time accident, and we're going on 7 years without a lost time accident, and that is because we take safety seriously. We do, and it's a team effort. We believe it's all of us working together, and obviously
That's remarkable, though.
It is. It's just amazing.
Okay, so here's my sexist question: do women get to be linemen?
They absolutely do.
Do you have females?
We do not, but there are women linemen in Georgia. We actually don't have many apply. We have had women linemen before. It's one of those things. It's a very physically demanding
I was going to
job.
say, so physiology. It's just.
But we we're open for anybody.
Yeah.
You
just have to be able to do the job and
that's
do
right.
your learning. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, that's cool. I have a list right here. It's a
Okay.
list of all the questions that we have to ask. How did you come to be the CEO? What was your career trajectory?
It's a pretty interesting trajectory, I
Okay.
think, Lori. So I actually co-opted Carroll EMC when I was going to college at Georgia Tech.
Okay.
And I did that for 8 quarters. And when I graduated, there wasn't a job opening, so I went to work in manufacturing. I did that for 7 years. I worked for GE in Rome, and then I worked for PEDS, which is a local sock manufacturer here in town.
What was your degree in?
Industrial engineering.
Okay. Did you say that already?
I did not.
Okay, I had just a little bit of deja vu. Okay.
No, you're
Not
fine.
your problem.
No, absolutely. And so I came back to Carroll EMC in '99 as the manager of system engineering, and then just kind of grew with the company. I worked there, and I took a 4-year, what I call my study abroad. I worked for electric utility in Virginia for 4 years. Had a wonderful experience there, but got the opportunity to come back in 2015, January 2015, as a CEO. I'm so thankful for our board. We're member owned, and our members elect our board of directors, and we just have a great board of directors that that really make sure that we stay member focused, that we live according to our core values, and that we're doing the right things for our members.
You were talking earlier about scholarship programs you have
Yes.
for employees.
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, it's not just for employees. We have, of course, we believe in lifelong learning. So we give our employees opportunities to grow and develop. We really try to hire from within when we can. But what I was talking about was we've just rolled out something this year. It's a Linemen scholarships, and it's available for our members' children. People that live with our members or employees that want to go into line work. What we're seeing in our industry is that we've got a lot of aging linemen that are retiring, and they need to be replaced. And so even if these folks, if they graduate and we don't have a job opportunity for them, there's a lot of opportunities in line work, and it's just a great job. I mean, it's a calling. I mean, it's something that is not for everybody. But people that do it, I mean, they're passionate about it. They love it.
It sounds almost like a fraternity along the lines of maybe a policeman
Absolutely.
or fireman.
You got it. It absolutely is. And the support that they give each other, I mean, they are there for each other. You spend more time, all of us do, with the people you work with, a lot of times more than your family. But linemen, it's really the case because they're working at all hours of the night. They go off and help other utilities when they have major storm events. That's one of the things I was talking about earlier. But, you can't staff for like a hurricane or a major ice storm. You couldn't have that many employees to do that. And so we have a mutual assistance. So when we have those type of events, people come to help us, and when they have them, we go and help them.
So why isn't there a reality show about you guys?
There should be.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, and we could do it here.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah,
I could be a dispatcher or something. I have a face for radio. Anyway, okay, it's time for our first break.
Okay.
And so we're going to hear from Tanner Health System, our wonderful sponsor. And in 60 seconds, we'll be right back with Tim Martin, CEO of Carroll EMC. Stay with us, everybody.
Do you want to be healthier as a family? Do you want to learn fun ways to exercise and be active? Do you want to find easy ways to add more fruits and veggies to your diet? Parents are on the front line when it comes to the fight against childhood obesity, and you could use some backup. Help your children get a healthy start and call 770-214-CARE to join Tanner Health System's Kids and Fitness program. Kids and Fitness is a free, evidence-based healthy lifestyle program for children ages 8 to 16 and their parents. Developed by a team of doctors and health professionals, the program includes nutrition lessons, physical activity, goal setting, support sessions for parents, and healthy snacks. Register today by calling 770-214-CARE or register online at gethealthylivewell.org. That's gethealthylivewell.org. Tanner Health System's way of helping you and your family get your healthy on.
Okay.
And we're back. Good morning, everybody. Lori Wilson still with you. Made it over the break. And Tim Martin, again, welcome, CEO of Carroll EMC. Okay, so we've been hearing a lot about energy this week. President Trump signed a few initiatives having to do with energy.
Sure.
And coal or something. Anyway, can you tell us how those may or may not affect your line of work and our?
Sure, I'll be glad to. Yeah. So we are a distribution utility, and so what we do is we don't generate electricity; we buy it, and then we distribute it to our members. So we do that through. We have a Oglethorpe Power Corporation, which is owned by 38 of the EMCs in Georgia. And then we have wholesale power contracts. And so we're not involved in generating electricity, but we believe in, trying to have a diverse fuel mix. Now, I will say one of the things you mentioned, coal, we're using a lot less coal today to generate electricity. What we're seeing is that majority of electricity now is being generated based on natural gas here in Georgia.
How's that? I wouldn't have thought that there was a connection.
What's that, between natural gas
and electricity? Oh,
yeah. So, the way it works is you've got these power plants and you've got combustion turbines that turn, and that's what generates the electricity. Well, the way that you, heat up those combustion turbines, you can do a number of ways. You can do it by burning coal, burning natural gas. You can do it with nuclear energy. You can do it You can turn it with water. We have a pump hydro storage and up above Rome that we were able to, generate electricity that way. So there's a number of different ways. One of the things I'm really excited about is we've got a solar project that we are part of now, 5 megawatts of solar power that just came online at the end of 2016. So again, we're trying to do the things that our members want us to do, and then what we're hearing from them.
Diversify, right?
Diversify, absolutely.
Okay. So compare and contrast that diversification and your capability to, let's say, 25 years ago.
Oh, sure. Well, 20 years ago, majority of electricity produced for our members here in Georgia. I'm talking about all the electric utilities in Georgia was generated by coal.
Oh, okay.
Obviously you've got some nuclear plants. We've got Plant Vogtle and Plant Hatch. Plant Vogtle's been in the news recently, but what we're seeing is a lot more of the energy now is being produced by, like I said, natural gas.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, that's really interesting, and it sounds like a great idea. It sounds like more ways to keep us online.
Absolutely, and we're really benefiting right now from the lower natural gas prices.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so.
That means I am too, right?
You are, absolutely.
And all of my co-members of Carroll EMC.
Yeah, as a not-for-profit, it all flows to the members, so that's exactly the way it works.
I like the way you guys just round the rates.
Yes.
I don't know why, I just like that.
Well, and we appreciate you doing it, because, we have over 70% of our members that round up their bill, and that money is managed by our foundation, but all that money goes back to the community to support our schools, to support local organizations, charitable organizations. And so since that program was started about 15 years ago, $2.8 million has gone back to the community, and none of those expenses of managing that foundation is taken out of what is given by the members.
Oh, wow.
And so it's an amazing thing.
That is really great. Good. Well, I'm glad that my pennies every month go to a worthy cause. That's great. Okay.
You know what we say about that? We say small change makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So did we explore these initiatives or
we did.
Is that
well, and what he's talking about with the Clean Power Plan is trying to address, I think, some of the prior administration's initiatives that were kind of against coal and against using coal for energy production.
Yeah, I have some friends who are big supporters of that administration, and over the weekend we were talking, and they said, look, coal's never coming back. Those jobs are gone. So move on, and that's not what I'm hearing from you.
Well, and of course, I'm not an expert in this. This is not what we do, but we've
neither were they.
Yeah. So and now we follow that. It's important, because what we're talking about again goes back to the diversification. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket,
right? Because
what happens when that basket has problems? That's what we've seen. All these things that have been going on with coal has had an impact on our wholesale power costs. We've seen our wholesale power costs over the past 15 years really increase because of all the different regulations and things like that. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. Because everybody wants clean water and clean air.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And I hear sometimes these scary stories that I try to put out of my mind because there's nothing I can do about it. But how safe is our power grid? Because you hear, well, we can have a tax just on our power grid, and that would just bring the United States to a crashing halt.
Sure. No, I think it's a legitimate concern. I will say that the brightest minds. This is being taken seriously by every electric utility, by all of the people that manage the grid. We have a FERC, the Federal Energy Reliability, I think that's right. But in NERC, the National Electric Reliability Council. And so everybody is looking at this because we want to be sure that we protect the grid. We've got a really good cybersecurity program at Carroll AMC, and you say, well, you don't think it's likely that we have an attack through Carroll EMC, but they're, the people that are looking to do bad things, they're trying to find any avenue that they can to get into the grid to cause harm. And so, I will say we're working together to try to be prepared, and I think we're doing the right things.
So what department, I guess Department of Energy, I mean, do you liaise with them at all? Or
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, we have sharing programs. So if if they know of something that we need to be made aware of, like the attack that happened in Ukraine, that they shared information with us so that we could go back to our systems. Now, really, takes place primarily at the transmission level. We're not a transmission. We don't own transmission. We have distribution. So what we're talking about is, but we still, we want to protect our portion of the grid, and that's our distribution network.
I'm not advocating, excuse me, I'm not advocating for this to happen, but that 1 hour, maybe hour and a half, when we were without power.
Yes.
It reminded me how miraculous it is that the lights are on. That all of the we talk about cooperation, all of the cooperation and the just good old Yankee ingenuity that goes into us just mindlessly flipping a switch and our lights are on.
Right.
Being without power for an hour or so I thought it was a great perspective restoration.
Well, I think it just remind us of how important electricity is.
Yeah.
If you think about our lives, it's talking about adding value to our lives. Electricity is really taken for granted, and we recognize that. We recognize that people depend on us, and we are in the business of improving the lives of our members, and so we take that very seriously, and that means having reliable electric service. When the power's out, we restore it safely, efficiently, and quickly. But yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, you think about all the things that we have, all these great inventions that we've had, they are electricity. You plug it into the wall to make it work. Yeah.
Exactly. And okay, I was going to go off on another tangent, but it's time for our second break already. So we're going to hear from Tanner Health System again, and we'll be back in another 60 seconds for our last segment with Tim Martin, CEO of Carroll EMC. Stay with us.
Need help finding something healthy to eat? Tanner Health System has an app for that. Minuit helps you find healthy food options on the go. The smartphone app is powered by Tanner's Health experts, who teamed up with restaurants across West Georgia to make it easier for you to choose healthy food and eat better. Minuit acts like your personal nutrition assistant, showing you the healthiest items on the menu. So when you're not sure what's good to eat, Minuit. You can even use the app to look up recipes and plan healthy meals at home, and modify your options based on nutritional preferences, such as a low-sodium or vegetarian diet. Minuit and Tanner Health System, making it easier to eat healthy and live well. A healthier lifestyle is only a fingertip away. Minuit is free to download on your Apple or Android smartphone. You can download it today by searching Minuit in the App Store or on Google Play. Learn more about Minuit at gethealthylivewell.org.
And we're back. Welcome to the last segment today with Tim Martin. It's going way too quickly, Tim. CEO of Carroll EMC. I'm told we have a caller on line one. Good morning, caller. You're with Lori and Tim Martin. How are you doing today?
Hey, just fine. How are you, Lori?
I'm very well.
Wanted to thank Tim for his great service with Carroll EMC.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I mean, I really, I know you're thanking our employees. I mean, our employees just do an amazing job.
They sure do, and I think they all deserve a raise.
Well, I'm sure they'll be glad to hear that.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for taking the time to give us a call.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Oh, that's nice.
That is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we all appreciate it. Sometimes it amazes me how we can lapse into this mode of taking all of this electric. I mean, gosh, what we take for granted.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. And okay, so we were talking before the show, before this segment about what was it that we were going to talk about?
It was about broadband.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, I'll just tell you, and when we just celebrated 80 years last year of being here in this community, And when we were created, it was to deliver electricity, get electricity into rural areas. There was this divide between the rural areas and the cities. We're seeing the same thing going on right now with broadband or high-speed internet. You don't have to live too far away from the city, not far at all, to not have that available to you. And so we have actually sponsored a study through the Greater West Georgia Joint Development Authority to assess what the needs are and to look for potential solutions. We're trying to help facilitate getting broadband. There's this digital divide right now, and it's impacting our members, and we want to try to help be part of the solution to solve it, because you think about education, you think about people leaving the rural areas because they said, okay, so, you've got a child, they graduate here, they go off to college, and it's like they can't imagine living somewhere where they cannot connect to the internet and have high-speed internet.
So we still have areas that don't have internet connectivity.
Oh yes. I mean, we did it through the survey through the University of Georgia. I don't know if you took the survey, but we had 1,300 of our members take it, and the vast majority said they do not have the broadband that they need, either to have a quality of life or to be able to do their business, their work like they need to.
Wow.
Yes, I mean it's a great
Very
need in our
surprised.
area. Yeah, well, and if you live in town, and I know, or like Fairfield has terrific broadband. It's a big community, so it's it attracts a lot of people to want to serve that. But you move into areas where you've got 5 people per mile of line, 6 people, even 2 or 3 people per mile of line. The economics just aren't there, and so the people that are providers, they can't make it work. But there's such a need.
So you guys are working on filling that need.
We're trying to. We're trying to figure out how we can facilitate that, Lori, and it's a challenge because of just a number of areas. First, there's the cost, but then there's also there's some legislation that's being talked about at the state level to really make it very clear that we are able to operate in this arena of delivering broadband, because we have an enabling act which says that the purpose of our business is to deliver electricity, and it doesn't say we can also do broadband. Yeah.
So there has to be a law about it.
Well, there's some question about that. That's what I'm saying. It's not clear.
Okay.
And we just want it to be clear, because we don't want to do something and then someone say, well, no, you can't do that. You can't.
Government regulators.
That's right. Well, or people that don't want anybody in that. You have people that necessarily say, well, we don't think that the EMC should be in that business. And of course, our members, we want to be sure we're doing what our members want us to do as well.
Okay. Let's see. Let me see how long we have, because I haven't been keeping good track of time. Okay, we only have 2 minutes left. Holy cow. Let me then just say thank you for all you do. I want to echo our caller. I think it was our friend Sharon who called. Thank you. And I want to echo her sentiments. The electricity is just integral to everything, just everything. You said you've been here for 80 years. That means it was in the 30s.
That's right. 1936.
1936. Take the rest of the time and just tell us what you want us to know and to keep in mind as after having listened to our conversation.
Sure. I mean, you asked me earlier about what does EMC stand for, and one of the things that I like to say it stands for is that every member counts. Yes. So we're here to serve our members. That's one of that's the reason we exist, and we're here to improve the lives of our members, and that's what we want to do, and that's what we're striving to do every day. I do want to say something. I'm very proud of our safety record. I'm proud of the things that we've done. One of the things about the distribution automation, I was talking about earlier, last year we saved over 20 minutes per member of outage time with this technology. And so, I'm just really proud of the things that we're doing, and we want to do the things to improve the lives of our members.
And you do it every day.
Yes.
We have less than a minute left, so I'm going to ask you a 10-minute long question.
Okay.
Where do you think the state of the art will be in 20 years?
It's to be determined. I mean, it's...
I know it's a completely unfair question.
Yes.
But look where we've come.
Oh, absolutely. Technology is changing ever faster. One of the things that I've heard said is change happens slowly until it doesn't.
And then That's great. That's our takeaway today. Okay, so next time you turn on your lights, just thank Carroll EMC or your electric provider. Tim Martin, thank you for being here. It's been great. Come back, will you?
I will.
Okay, and thank you for being with us, everybody, on Community Voice. I double dare you to have the best day of your life today. So go do it.
WLBB, Carrollton.